Panama, the next part. Well, after 1947, other countries began making coins for Panama, starting with Mexico in 1953, and then again in 1961, and then London, England in 1962, and again in 1966. And then we became active again. Now, this particular coin here, it's 25-cent piece, dated 1960, or 24, let's see, no, not this one. This one. Quarter Balboa. This was the first coin to be struck again after Altz Barton for any country. The only one to be struck in 1966. So this was made to the normal standards of a standard 1966 American quarter. Panama would be the only country that would get those kinds of coins. In 1967, the San Francisco Mint would actually begin making these 1966 dated proof coins. And we'll start off with the 1 Centesimo, and then the 5 Centesimo, and then the 10 Centesimo, and then the 25 Centesimo, and the 50 Centesimo. This is made to the same standard as the typical Kennedy half dollar of the same year. So it's actually got 40% silver. And of course also a 1 Balboa. This is 90% silver. That's the only one that actually tells you that. 26.73 900 silver. Now, that said though, in 1967, the U.S. also made dime coins dated 1966 for circulation. Okay, this we'd seen made in 66, and the half dollar also dated 1966. But, as I said, London had also made coins. They made a 1 cent coin, which, as you could see, the way to know if a 1 Centesimo is made in London or San Francisco is if it's a business strike, it was made in London. If it's a proof, it was made in San Francisco. The same goes with a 5 Centesimo coin, which again is just a business strike in the London striking, but obviously a shiny proof in San Francisco. The tough one, however, is the 10 cent, because you see, we made a 10 cent dated 1966, but London also made a 10 cent in 1966. So telling these two apart is a little bit more interesting. As you can see, the London one has a more detailed helmet, whereas ours seem to have, but flat. Ours has a more rounded helmet. But the other way to tell is to look at the little marks around the word D, as in Centesimo di Balboa. In the American one, they're little oblong type marks, rather long diamonds. On the London one, there are squarish diamonds. That would be the final definitive proof. Of course, you may or may not see a middle layer of copper, give or take how well that gets preserved, because ours is a conventional clad coin exactly like the American dime, whereas the London coin is copper nickel. So there is a way to tell. So finally, they also made 1 Balboa, And again, if it's a business strike, then it's made in London, whereas the proof was made in San Francisco. After that, it gets a little easier. You'll see that there's still some of the same thing like we saw for Liberia, where the proofs have every single coin of every denomination. There's the proof for that. There's a business strike for that, 1967, that they circulated. And there's a proof for the 5 cent. Okay, and a business strike for the 5 cent. Okay, this time, even though some were struck for circulation, they were all dated 1966. So the only 1967 dated 10 centesimos, or 10th of a Balboa, and same for 25 quarter Balboa, are proof coins. That's all there is for those. The half Balboa, media Balboa, however, for whatever reason, exists both as proof and as a business strike, all made at San Francisco. And of course, the 1 Balboa continues on as a proof only, 90% silver. 1968, they decided to do everything for the whole year. So here we go. Cent, here's the proof. There's the business strike. This is made at both Denver and San Francisco. No way to tell them apart. There's the proof. There's the business strike. Alright, 10 cent. There's the proof. And the business strike. So you actually see some cartwheeling there. That's kind of neat. The business strikes have often have a distinct cartwheeling, especially when they're really super new and perfectly preserved. Okay, and the proof, of course, is shiny. Okay. Same for the media Balboa. And of course, the 1 Balboa is a proof only, made of 90% silver. Okay, and then 69, a proof only year, which just as it was for Liberia, only proof coins dated 1969.
One time in I think it was that one
Okay.
I think I literally just said it in the middle of nowhere because everyone was talking for a minute.
Media Balboa.
And it's like, you better keep that promise. And it's like, well, okay.
And the 1 Balboa. So, we also made proof sets. They came in sets. Here's the 1966. Here's the 1967. Here's the 1968. And here's the 1969. And that's the next part of Panama.